It's the NFL on EA Sports as you take a look there at Lincoln Financial Field in Philadelphia, PA. Tonight we wrap up an intriguing Week 2 with a good Monday night matchup between the Minnesota Vikings and the Philadelphia Eagles. The final weekend of the summer. Hope you're enjoying it wherever you are as we are off and running on EA Sports. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. They're coming out with a jumbo package to start the drive. Here's Cook as they begin on the ground. And they are not going to let him turn the corner. Some serious pressure right out of the gate. A bad start there. A big loss on their first play from scrimmage. It's second down.
Yes, indeed. That play there, that reminds me of some of the guys that I played with. They have that suddenness, able to get into the backfield almost about the time the ball snapped and make a play. How about that tackle for a loss?
Absolutely. He did a lot of that last week when he was named the NFC Defensive Player of the Week. One of the guys on the team would say, yeah, we called him the disruptor. And that's carrying forward again. Makes sense, doesn't it? And they're going to get this beyond the 40 before he's taken down. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, they use him a lot out of the backfield. He had 5 catches a week ago, and he makes another catch here for good yardage.
On 1st and 10, Cousins setting up the screen for Cook. They juked him. And taking it across midfield and just shy of the 40. And they will elect to decline the penalty.
Everything turned out the way they wanted it to. No sense in even having to take that one. Hence the decline.
A first down throw for Cousins. Right back to Cook for another completion. And he'll be brought down inside the 40-yard line. Our game here, the Vikings and Eagles, the second of 2 on this Monday night. The Titans and Bills kicked off a little over an hour ago up in Buffalo. This, our only Monday night doubleheader of the season, but rumor is might have a few more for 2023. And now the Eagles going to signal for a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. 2nd and 6. No, scratch that. 2nd and 7. To throw, Cousins. Now they go screen. It's complete. And he's got room. And he has another first down as they'll get the ball down to the Eagles 16. 23 yards to pick up there.
And when you're throwing the ball downfield really well like they have been on this drive, it's really a nice time to work one of the screen plays in. One of my favorite play callers in the game has always told me he starts every game with 10 to 12 screens because if he starts feeling the pressure from the defense, he uses their aggressiveness against them.
Swinging this out wide here for Cook. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running.
Touchdown, Vikings! Dalvin Cook, his first touchdown of the new season. And the Vikings put the night's first points on the board as they take the early lead. Joseph connects on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Now Joseph tees it up to kick off following the touchdown. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to come out of the end zone is going to cost him 5 yards as he's taken down right at the 20. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at the 20. They start on the ground here at Sanders. And he gets forward up the middle, but only for a couple. It'll be 2nd down.
Well, it's time for them to be good teammates right here. What I mean by that is possess the ball for a little while. Get at least 2 first downs. Give their defense a chance to settle down a little bit after they give up a touchdown.
Up past the 25 to the 26, a gain of 5.
A quick burst there, and he nicely bit off a pretty decent gain.
An extra defender in the secondary for the Vikings here on 3rd down. Throwing is Hurts. Got his man complete over the middle. That's Sanders. He's going to pick up the 1st down and then some. And they work this well upfield across the 45. A big play there on the catch and run. And it'll move the chains.
I know at the end of games, coaches always tell us that no one play won or lost a game. But this seems pretty important early, doesn't it? Their ability to pick up that 1st down on 3rd down, I thought that was key.
Well, you're already in the hole after the touchdown on the other side. How will you respond? We talk about that a lot, and they responded pretty well there. You go 3 and out, I think you give up a lot of momentum. You get down 2 scores, could be an entirely different game.
So they've got a nice drive going now. They're in good shape. What's interesting to me is they're also in that spot of the field where you would take a shot. Do you change that up just because you're down a touchdown?
A big play there for Philly. 43 yards. Now, we know this offense has the potential to strike quickly, and they just bit off 2 huge plays on back-to-back snaps.
So on the other side of the ball, you've got to go Band of Brothers thought process. No one left behind, no pointing fingers, no accusations, because if you don't, those quick strikes we just saw, they become long-lasting.
They'll try again on 2nd and goal after going backwards to the 12. Once again with Sanders. Down to the 6-yard line on a pickup of 6 as he gets halfway to the goal line. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up 3rd.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
A terrific job there to keep him out of the end zone. And now it'll be 4th and goal.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minute.
And he's in. Touchdown. Eagles. Sherman, his first rushing touchdown of the year. And the Eagles respond to that opening drive touchdown with one of their own. Elliott good on the extra point, and we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense running out, and they are charged up, ready to go after reaching the end zone on their last drive.
And normally I warn against getting complacent just because they scored the last time out. But I don't think there's any worries with this group right now. This is a hungry group, and they want to keep building off of their last drive. Now they just want the officials to hurry up and place the ball so they can snap it and get back to work.
Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Cousins. And that's going to be incomplete.
His back has been a dependable safety valve the game, so he went back to him when his first read was covered. Just unable to connect, so the play results in no gain.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. To throw is Cousins. Eagle pressure, too much this time. And sack courtesy of the effort of Hassan Reddick. 7-7, our score after one. So on fourth down, Ryan Wright on to punt for Minnesota. And just a single punt for him in the loss last week as he sends this one away. So possession goes over here on the punt. And it will be Eagles football, 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. A long drive last time out for this offense, Charles. If you remember, they started basically in the shadows of their own end zone, marched it down the field, and a lot of that was through the passing game.
And, partner, as a former defensive back, I'm having almost a physical reaction watching what's happening right now. But let's give credit where it's due because they've done an excellent job moving the ball through the air. Secondary getting picked apart pass by pass. Obviously, they need to make some adjustments there on the back end.
And because offensive, looking for Watkins, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. And the Vikings are going to take possession of the football. Well, and I saw the pressure coming at him. That just looked problematic. Hit him as he threw it, and the interception ensued.
Let me pay homage to the man who stood in this spot before. He always talked about how much pressure is in the face of a guy, and can he step into a throw.
A touchdown! T.J. Hockenson, a 14-yard touchdown. And the Vikings have moved out in front. So they get their tight end away from the line to the outside, and he works his way in for 6.
Tight ends are not just blockers anymore. I don't know how many more times we need examples, but here's a great one. Gets to the outside, they give him the ball pretty quickly, and they trust him to get those extra yards, and boy, did he come through, bulling his way into the end zone after the nice catch.
So with the missed PAT in his rearview mirror, he goes back out to kick this one off. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to look to hit a couple shorter passes and get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
Now third down is looming. A pickup of 2 on first down and just 1 yard there. They are in need of 6 yards here if they hope to move the chains. Here's Hurts to throw. And that is incomplete.
Like what I see so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on third down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
On is Kern, the punter, to send this one away. Returnable here from the 38. 40 yards on the punt, 2 on the return. And it will be Vikings ball, 1st and 10. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. The offense coming back out here. Plenty of energy, ready to roll, looking to just add to what they have been doing after scoring a touchdown, Charles, their last time out.
And that's a great feeling to have on the sideline, partner, knowing you just won the battle against the opposing defense. And since they came off the field, I'll guarantee you all they want to do is get back out there because they know they have the upper hand on that defense right now. Adam Thielen, a terrific wide receiver and synonymous with Minnesota football. You go back to high school, college ball in the state, and now his 9th season with the Minnesota Vikings. 10 touchdown catches last season, makes a nice catch there.
They hold him to only 2 there on the screen. It's 2nd down.
Good reactions there defensively. That screen was a little slow in developing, and they shut that one down with little gain.
From the 44, Cousins. Catch is made by Hockenson, the tight end. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he's unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
Cousins on the keeper. Only a few inches needed on the sneak. He didn't get it, and now it's fourth down.
They gain nothing, and all they need are inches. Usually we put this on the offensive line, but sometimes it's the quarterback's fault as well on the sneak. You've got to get low and burrow.
Usually we talk about O-line surge. Their D-line surge leading to fourth. Running for it. Here's Cook. And he is going absolutely nowhere in the wrong direction. Dalvin Cook turned away on fourth down. And the Eagles defense able to hold. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10 at their own 42. They'll try and start this drive in the air. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's second down.
It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 41-yard line. Here we go, here we go.
Hurts sets up to throw it. Throw left side complete. That's Brown. And they'll get this down to around the 47-yard line. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
On 1st and 10, it's Hurts. Going deep downfield for Ross. And this is caught inside the 5. A big play there for Philly. 46 yards.
From talking with defensive backs and their coaches over the years, they hate to see 4 guys in a route like this because the safeties are often occupied. It creates indecision. They're unsure about who goes with who. And the quarterback, he just reads the most vulnerable safety and takes advantage of it for a big play here.
And this time they were ready for him as they'll stop him right at the line of scrimmage. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on first down. From back at the 4, here's 2nd and goal. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I'm really liking what I'm seeing from this defense because their coverage has been playing at a shutdown level so far. Even backed up late, they're forcing incompletions and fighting to keep them out of the end zone as the first half winds down.
They'll look to throw on 3rd and goal. And he's going to lose a yard or 2. Taken down behind the line. Jonathan Bullard able to get him down behind the line of scrimmage, and it will be 4th down. The kick by Elliott is good. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for it.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
And he'll be dropped at the 21-yard line, so bringing it out of the end zone proves not a good decision, loses him about 4 yards. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead, but a mistake there, that can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll stop the clock with 24 seconds to go in this first half. This time they'll just keep this on the ground. And obviously not fooling anybody here as they stop him behind the line of scrimmage. Now a second timeout called for by the defense. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime. They'll come to the line needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. Cousins on 3rd and 2. Over the middle complete. It's Osborne. And he will have a Vikings first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Now another timeout called for by the offense. That's their second. They'll be down to 1 remaining here in this first half. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Throwing is Cousins. No, bottled up. Fumble. It's out. It's loose. But a Viking was able to corral this one, and Minnesota will keep possession. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Cousins. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. So we hit halftime with our visitors, the Vikings, taking the lead to the locker room. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman and our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter. It's the Eagles ready to see the football first, and they trail here as we resume action in this third quarter. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Vikings pick up the football. And they are going to take possession of the football inside the 15 at the 14-yard line. So they take the deficit into the lockers. You know they had plans to receive the football. A nice drive, instead a fumble on the kickoff.
And that can be demoralizing right there because, as you pointed out, they had designs on coming out and, okay, we're going to change things here in the second half. Instead, with a deficit already, they cough it up, and now they've got to find a way to keep the score from mounting bigger against them.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. They run it again with Cook. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they're playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
They'll run it. Here's Cook. And that one going nowhere from the start as he's met in the backfield and goes backwards.
And that's what this defense is going to need to do more in the second half. Good pressure that time, forces some indecision in the backfield. He's going to wind up being taken down for a nice loss.
Joseph's got it. So the big return had him fired up, but in the end, the offense stalls out. They only muster 3.
Yeah, the excitement was there after the return, but they didn't move the ball at all after that. They didn't even get a first down.
And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And last time they got 3 points, but it was a chip shot field goal. And when you go to the sideline after a chip shot field goal, maybe the offense not too happy.
It's a balancing act, isn't it? Because you're exactly right. They're none too pleased that they didn't punch it in for 6 points. But they also have to remember they did put points on the board.
3 points is 3 points.
And in this league, you take points when you can get them. Not easily done.
From the 29, Hurts. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete.
You get the sense that they're saying we're not playing up to what we're capable of, and we're deep enough into the game that the early jitters are long gone, that they should now have some sense of continuity and be able to make some of these plays that they have not been doing so far.
Hurts. This is caught. It's Brown. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. That's a first down with a cherry on top, 31 yards. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Going across the middle, and Goddard's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 23-yard line.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
On 1st and 10, it's Sanders. And a short gain here down to the 22. Tackle made by Eric Kendricks.
I have to think a major focus at the halftime, Minks, had to be figuring out how to create space for the running game to get operating.
Well, what you pointed out to me at half seems accurate. That line has struggled to sustain blocks.
Yeah, I would agree with that totally. They've got to focus on staying on their double teams at the first level, make sure that block's secure before they slide off and try and chip someone at the second level.
7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw here. Going for it all. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, they certainly aren't letting up today, partner, because they've forced big turnovers already. And it's been incredibly tough for them to get yards against, let alone put points up on the board.
The kick by Elliott is good. And the lead is back down to 3 here at 16-13. Well, in a close game like this, obviously you want the touchdown, but certainly they will take the 3.
And they'll be okay with that, but let's throw a little credit to the defense as well. And I'm just glad this doesn't come down to a debate, right? Which side won, partner? Because the defense, hey, we didn't give up a touchdown. The offense, hey, we put 3 on the board. Either way you look at it, I think both sides gained something out of that drive.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. Their drive last time, it stalled out. They were forced to take the short field goal.
And the key phrase, you nailed it, forced to, because you know coaches look at these short field goals as a last resort, right? To them, that's not how drives are supposed to end. You're supposed to put 6 on the board. That's a consolation prize, like going to the county fair. You don't get the big stuffed animal on that one, do you?
No, you don't go top shelf. That's bottom shelf material. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Cousins. Incomplete, right side to Cook. Just a gain of a couple there, and it's 2nd down.
That's a good job there by the corner. We do talk about this a lot, that a lot of corners see their job as simply covering receivers. Tackling isn't everyone's thing. But in this case, he came up quickly and made a nice, sure tackle.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Cousins. And he bats it away, and it falls down incomplete.
Quarterbacks work all the time on manipulating the defense with their eyes and their head movement. In this case, he just stared the receiver down. That allowed for excellent coverage, able to knock that one away.
On 3rd down, Cousins. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. Now, you don't want to see that penalty at any point, but it adds a little extra to it when it comes on 3rd down.
It certainly does, because if this were a boxing match, they had him on the ropes there. 3rd down incompletion, 4th down upcoming. Instead, that mistake resets everything back to 1st down, which means they have to stay on the field longer to try and stop this drive.
To the air again, it's Cousins. That's to Cook out of the backfield. And they're going to get this down to about the 37. But that last throw, Charles, is going to move him past 32,942 yards passing for his career, and that surpasses the total of a Hall of Famer and a colleague of both of ours, Troy Aikman.
Yeah, played from 1989 to 2000. And Troy Aikman, he was about winning. Because remember, he had Michael Irvin to throw it to. We had Emmitt Smith to hand it to. Just imagine if he was throwing it the way they throw it around nowadays. His numbers, boy, would they be sky high. Sometimes it's hard to believe, but there are times this game is about patience, isn't it? Has had the game he expected, but that run there, that may get him going.
I was just going to say, maybe that gives him a little juice, because you're right, he struggled, especially in that first half.
Yeah, and I know the great ones always think to themselves, just hang in there. I'm just one big carry away from busting this open. That's a good start for him.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They gave up the completion there, but this is what zone defenses count on. Catching the ball and not much run after the catch.
To throw again on second down. Cousins. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. And this play gets blown up. They'll lose yardage. Back at the 17. It'll be a loss of 2, maybe 3 on the play. And it brings up 3rd and 5 now.
Well, sometimes it's the best plan. The defense actually has a plan as well, and they blanketed everyone on that play. They were able to close it down and spill in for a loss.
So they'll get a little extra time to come up with his 3rd down play as we've played 3 quarters. You are watching the NFL on EA Sports. And on 3rd and 5, this will be the 8th play of the drive. Third down, here's a run by Cook. And it's been like this all night long. That'll bring up 4th. They had the 8-yard gain on 1st down, but unable to do much from there. The kick by Joseph is good, and the drive will wind up yielding 3. So they get the 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
A touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden they're down. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. And after the field goal last time, we'll see what they can get here. At least they got points out of the last drive, Charles.
I never met an offensive coach that didn't want to drive to end with a kick. Most of them wanted to end with a PAT, right? In this case, a field goal, they'll take it way better than the alternative, which is a punt.
Yeah, but you've met fan bases that wanted that. They weren't happy with that field goal.
I haven't met a fan base yet that wants to drive to end with a kick other than the extra point. That's it.
And he maneuvers up the middle for 3, and it's 2nd down.
Yeah, I don't know if it's exactly a win-win, but if you're on offense, you'll take that kind of a run, all right? It was kind of stacked up, found a little bit of yardage, and frankly, they're pretty close to staying on schedule on offense. The playbook is still open for the coordinator.
On 2nd and 7, Hurts. Open man is Goddard, the tight end. Hurts finding Goddard there. 1st down, Philadelphia.
That was a round run, not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw it, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
Now here's a pass on 1st down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Well, they've been back on their heels a little bit here in this drive, but a chance to exhale just a little bit there with incompletion on 1st down. Now they have to gear up, try and get 2 more stops, and escape this drive.
They'll fake the give to Sanders, and now Hurts. This will be caught by Brown. And this is going to turn into another 1st down as the tackle is made at the Vikings 36. That one goes for 24 yards. Looking for A.J. Brown again, and he's got it again. And he is out of bounds inside the 30. What a dimension this man brings to this defense. He had his mind set there that he was going to get in and make that tackle. He really flew to the football.
Hey, check that, 3.
They go play action with Hurts. Sliding out of the pocket. And that one's going to be off target and incomplete.
Appeared to me he was just trying to find an open receiver and got forced out to his right. Had to come off of a guy downfield and try to hit his back. Unable to connect. Should have been an easier throw moving to his right, though.
Yeah, much easier, obviously, for a right-handed quarterback. If he was going to his left, a little bit tougher.
Exactly.
They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on second and third. Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think his big boys up front, that offensive line, they've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete. The Eagles unable to convert there on fourth. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Well, their first fourth down attempt earlier was successful. This one backfires for a turnover on downs.
I like their aggressiveness. I like what they're doing. They got it the first time they went for it. Why not a second time? I don't think they'll be daunted from attempting it again. If you're on the defensive side of the ball, though, any fourth down stop is a big momentum play.
That's good. The completion there for 7 yards, and it'll be second down.
Completion was given up, but that's why you play zone defense, so that you can have people around the ball when it's caught, and you don't give up much run after the catch.
From the 38, Cousins. It's complete to Cook. He's got room at the 30. A solid stiff arm. And they've got this down to about the 12-yard line. Boy, Dalvin Cook just so explosive in the open field. He's not a small guy either, but once he gets those legs churning, look out.
And we talk so much from a defensive perspective about scheming and finding ways to take away the run. That means the offense has to devise different ways to get the ball in the hands of their guy out of the backfield. Find open space, let him run, and big things can happen, and they did right there.
And if you're wondering just how fast he was going, Next Gen Stats says 21.8 miles per hour. That flag accepted, and it backs the offense up a little bit. The delay of game backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Cook following the penalty. He will push his way down to about the 14. We've got a one-score game with inside of 2 minutes remaining. 2nd and 12, and you'd have to assume another all-out effort to stop the run is coming. Cousins here to throw. Right side, it's the tight end, Hockenson. So the completion good for 7 there. And it's 3rd and 4 now.
Let's not quibble about the game there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them much better opportunity to convert on 3rd down.
In search of 4 yards here to pick up the first down. A 10th carry in the game for Cook. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. So now one of the biggest kicks of the night is forthcoming. This to perhaps salt this one away. Joseph's got it, and that will make this a 9-point lead. So that one, CD, going to make the road back a lot more difficult.
Oh, there's no doubt about that. You know they were praying on the other sideline for a miss because now, as you pointed out, a very difficult road. Down 2 scores. You don't just need a touchdown. You need a chain of events to go your way. You've got to score, somehow get the ball back, and score again. The odds of that happening, not great in your favor.
Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They might be thinking this is close to a lost cause here. Got to play it out. What do they need to do?
Well, they have a thought process in mind already, but they can't get ahead of themselves. They know that they need to score quickly.
Yep, two-score game.
Onside kick and get the ball back and then score again, but they can't worry about the last 2 points. The only thing that matters is scoring quickly, then they'll take it from there.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Hurts. He's going to let it fly. He's got a man complete. And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35. Work to do here to avoid falling to 1-1, but this is 1st and 10 right now. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. And the Vikings are going to take possession here at their own 16-yard line. I know it appeared he was saying, hey, give me the football, I'm open, but I don't know if that's a pass that he should have thrown there.
Well, I don't think we've ever met a wide receiver that doesn't think he is open or is about to be open. So when you throw your hand up in the air and tell your quarterback, hey, I'm available, he's trusting that you are. In this case, he was not, and it turned into disaster for them.
So the final seconds have ticked away in this Minnesota victory. And we talked so much about the turnover battle determining who wins and who loses. This game, no exception. They didn't turn the ball over at all, and they go on to victory.
They look like a smooth operation in this one, didn't they? Because you look at every facet of the game, they handled their business. Offense took care of the football, converted it into points. Defense took the ball away, gave it back to the offense. Special teams right there with them. That's the type of game a coach is going to really love and value. And when they show the film, they have to be careful not to give out too many kudos and kill their motivation going forward.
So for Minnesota, it was a great all-around performance as they come out of this one with the victory. And they'll return home next week to take on the Detroit Lions. Meanwhile, for the Eagles, they will fall to 1-1. And they'll try for a better outcome next week as they head to D.C. to take on the Washington Commanders.